Hello, YouTube. It's me, Dejan here. I just want to say thank you for the support. And here's part two of the 10 facts about David series. And so I just want to say like, share, comment, and subscribe. That brings these videos a lot further out into the YouTube algorithm. And without further ado, let's begin. Fact number one about David. He somehow captained a side of 400 men whilst hiding in the cave of Adullam, found in 1 Samuel 22 verses 1 to 3. I don't know how he did it, but they just assembled towards David because they were like distressful men whom were like had nothing else to do. They were like kind of homeless. You know, all the men that you'd expect came to David. I'm just surprised he was able to captain them whilst hiding from Saul, King Saul. Fact number two, Saul had murdered all the priests that he saw because he thought that they were conspiring against him, especially Hamelech. To put some context, Hamelech was a priest that David went to after he went to Samuel, and he went there for a while. He asked Amalek, sorry, I don't know what I just pronounced there, about what he had and what he has, because he was saying that the king's business needs to be done in a haste, and David did not tell him what he actually was there for. And so Hamelech died because Saul thought he was lying to him, even though Hamelech didn't know. And this is found in 1 Samuel chapter 22, verses 6 to 18. And in the following verse, Saul and his remaining servants decide to kill the priest city of Nob and everything in it, cattle, women, children, everything. Which obviously breaks the 10 commandments about killing. And God doesn't like people killing innocent people. So you obviously know what happens to Saul, King Saul after. David, for fact number 3, shows responsibility when Hamelech's death was told to him by his son, and showing his emotions throughout 1 Samuel chapter 22 verses 22 to 23. And basically he says to his son that he's going to protect him from whomever is trying to kill him and David. Yeah, this shows to me that David felt guilty and he wants to make up for what he did. In fact number 4, David had saved a city. Its name was Kia, by both defeating the Philistines. This was after he prayed to God. Because remember, David and God was literally talking to one another, like how I'm talking to you guys. That's how close he and God was. And so God told him to defend the city and kill the Philistines off because they're trying to raid the city for like mats or something. Hence why he went there. And Saul decided to try and capture David because God and other people, God speaking through other people, warned David about this. David was able to escape in time before he died. He tried before he had his life attempted on him. So, yeah. And this is all found in 1 Samuel 23 verses 1 through to 13. Just because. And I just want you guys to read it for yourselves. Fact number 5. Samuel shows to David in the wilderness, encouraging him and saying that Saul already knows that he can't do anything against him because God is with David, and David is going to replace Saul as the king of Israel. And as I said in the previous part, the only reason why Saul didn't stop was because of his ignorance and jealousy. This is found in 1 Samuel 23, verse 16 through to 17. So Jonathan finds David somehow. I don't know, but somehow. I'm guessing he was with his father, because Jonathan says that his father wouldn't do something without him knowing. So he found David where he was hidden. He told David, and he told David about what I just told you, and he made a covenant with David whilst there with him. And fact number 6, which is a verse after this, and it goes straight down to 29. David had been hiding from Saul very intensively. I was very anxious because I didn't want David to be caught. But David successfully escapes. It was very close. It was like Saul was on this side and David was on this side. So David escaped, and that place is now called the Rock of Escape. Pretty cool name. As I said, found in 1 Samuel 23, verse 18 straight to 29. And fact number 7, David shows his meekness and love towards King Solomon, and showed his loyalty as well. Because he could have killed him whilst he heard of Solomon in the cave, but David spared him for the first time out of many times, actually. I'll allude to that in the next part. So he realized that David did not kill him or usurp him or try to. And so he breaks down, he finally realized in that moment that he was wrong, and David was actually going to replace him as the next king of Israel, and realized that the prophecy from Samuel was right, and David was the fulfillment of that. This is all found in 1 Samuel chapter 24. And fact number 8, David showed respect to Samuel because Samuel was the one who prophesied about him, and Samuel was the one that David visited after he escaped from persecution of Saul, and after part 1, before he went to Ahimelech's tabernacle or church. Most likely tabernacle, because they didn't make churches until the actual church, the temple, until like Solomon. You know this if you watch the Solomon video. So this shows that David never forgets whom had helped him in his lifetime. And this is an example to us not to forget those who have helped us reach where we are. And this is found in 1 Samuel 25, verse 1. Fact number 9. David's second ever wife was named Abigail. She was a widow of a guy named Nabal, and his name meant for foolishness. And so he fulfilled his name by rejecting and saying, who is David and his messenger. David wanted to kill him, but because of Abigail's smartness and wisdom, she managed to convince him and talk him out of doing it. Well, acted as if nothing happened, and so God had to strike him down because Abigail didn't tell him what was going to happen. It's a very good dialogue. I suggest you read 1 Samuel chapter 25, verses 2 to 42. It's a very good story. And the fact that I got fact number 9 from is verse 42. But after that, this is the weirdest one. So after he married Abigail, right? The king of Israel, Saul, who was still evil, decides to take his second daughter, whom David married, his first ever wife, even though she's still married to David, and give him to someone else, which doesn't make any sense to me because she's married to David. How can you just take the woman and give her to someone else when she's still married? I'm guessing he abused his king complex, and that's what happened. And he gave her to Paliti, the son of Laish from Galim, found in 1 Samuel 25, verses 42 to 44. Whew. Have to take a breather here. That was a crazy fact. I didn't know that David could have had one extra wife, and the only reason why he married the second wife was because the first ever one that he ever married, was taken away from him. Crazy. Just like how I didn't know in the previous, before I researched, that David went mad, or pretended to be mad, or I didn't remember. Just like how I didn't remember David went mad. Most people don't know this, and hence why I'm starting this series to show that David was not just the person who was known for his wisdom as king, whom sinned and was forgiven again. David has a whole entire personality, a whole entire other side that people don't touch on. And yeah, I want you guys to go and read those verses that I've given you during this video, and read those for yourself if you don't believe me. And yeah, again, it's just my personal interpretation. You guys may get something else. I just want to say thank you for listening, YouTube, and taking out the time to listen to me, a little boy who's just rambling on about biblical facts. And I hope God blesses you, whatever time period you are in. And yeah, bye.